Well, for me, being a woman really is everything. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a wife. You have so many responsibilities. Being a woman really is a very big thing. You have to please everybody. You have to carry yourself in a manner that shows you are a woman. But I think that today women are more empowered. We have a lot more opportunities. I mean, being a woman is everything really, because if you look at it, some of the biggest industries, education, politics, every sector, women are now taking better positions. They're becoming more actively involved. So I think life is nothing without women, basically.
Being a woman means you have to basically be your own personal hero. It means you have to project yourself, carry yourself like you are a princess, be the queen that you know you are. Being a woman allows you to be a woman that will make her mark in the workplace, make her mark in society, and just be an amazing work of art. Being a woman is not personal or outside beauty, it's all in the heart.
There's no need to be tied down at 21 looking for a boyfriend and think that's going to make you a woman because you're a guy on your side. To be young, you need to establish yourself, as I say. Do things for yourself. You want to buy a car, buy a car. Work towards what you need. Not because my friends I need to have a boyfriend.
You know what, I think the girls of today literally aren't getting the proper education that they should be getting. The reason why I'm saying that, mainly because if you look at all the way the girls are dressing today, they've got no respect for themselves. You know, it's bad. They dating guys and they're letting themselves go. They are drinking at such young ages. They're doing drugs. You know, they have the role models in their lives, but they're not using it. And I think that's actually really sad. And you know, more and more girls are having younger pregnancies today, and they don't realize what the responsibility is to be a mom. I think schools honestly should take more pride in educating our girls, and especially the guys, because it does take two to tango, and explain to them exactly what it is to be respected and how to respect yourselves and how to build yourselves up in future to have the life that they need. And you know, if you have that respect, I'm telling you now, you can actually do anything that you want to do.
Hey, the state of young girls in South Africa at the moment, I think that girls are defining themselves by their bodies. If you look at the way girls are dressing, it's obviously to get the attention of boys, the really short shorts and bearing their bodies. And I just think that girls need to realize that we're more than our bodies. We have our minds. Being intelligent is not a bad thing. So I just think that girls need to start believing in themselves and knowing that they can do it and they don't need their bodies. That they're not someone just because they're on the arm of a hot guy. That educating yourself is not a bad thing. Being independent and going out and achieving your dreams is a good thing. You don't need a man to reach or to achieve those goals. So I just think more needs to be done to educate girls about the possibilities that they can achieve anything. If they can dream it, they can achieve it. And there are social ills like teenage pregnancy. Girls are starting to date too young because it is the in thing. So we need more positive role models, going to schools, teaching girls from a young age, so letting them know that you don't have to have money, or all you need is a dream and passion, and to work hard for it, and you can achieve anything.
Young women out there need to be aware of the fact that sometimes teenage pregnancy can mean your dreams are delayed, or that you actually cannot pursue them anymore because you have somebody that's going to be looking out to you to actually provide for them and be a mother to them. The best thing to do basically is to be wise and abstain. You can prevent and you can educate yourself about ways of preventing unexpected pregnancy.
I think there's not just one challenge facing women. There's a host of challenges that women are faced with, especially in South Africa. There's rape. I mean, every day you hear about a woman getting raped, whether it's not a woman, it's a young child. Rape is one of the issues, women abuse. And I think the problem is that many women are silenced. Many women are just living in silence. They're not speaking out about what's happening to them. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we face. And we would only say that we have come a long way when we are able to break that silence. When women stop being raped, when women stop being abused, that's when the problem will be solved.
Yes, teenage pregnancy is there, but and I know the teachings there. I mean, you learn about teenage pregnancy. By the time you get in high school, you know, if you have sex, unprotected sex, you're gonna have the chances are you're gonna fall pregnant. Knowing all this, it's like hope and pray that someone will
What do I think when I see a successful young woman? It inspires me, as it should inspire young girls. When you look at Bonang Mateba, Gugu Mshali, Kanit Lomo, these are all strong South African women that are in different fields, but they are achieving their dreams, and it just shows that with passion and hard work you can achieve anything. And it inspires me. There's a saying that I read that if you undermine yourself, you give someone else the authority to undermine yourself. So I think seeing these women that you can achieve, whether it's in the business field, in the media industry, that as long as being a woman, we have to work 10 times harder because there is a glass ceiling. But to be able to shatter that glass ceiling and go all the way, you have to have passion and be able to work hard. So when we look at these women that are role models for young girls, we should be inspired and aspire to their greatness.
There's Angela Quintal, who edits a very prominent investigative newspaper. Then I work as a journalist, and just recently Yogas Naya was appointed as the editor of the Post newspaper, and she's the only female editor. So for me, I look up to these people. Let's look at politics as well. Helen Zille, all of these women are making a name for themselves. They are putting South Africa on the map internationally. And I think, yeah, that's about it. Every day when I wake up in the morning and you hear about the good things that women are doing, you can draw inspiration from them. And it proves that women are rising to the occasion. They are progressing in every sphere of life, in politics, in education, you name it. Women are actually just rising to the top all the time, and that's great. I think it's an inspiration to every single woman out there, and it means that we can make a difference, we can do it, and we are brilliant.
Seeing a successful woman screams success. It screams, you know, independence. If that woman is in a high position business-wise, she's successful when it comes to family, why can't I? We might have grown up in different settings, but at the end of the day, she is a woman that was able to make something of herself.
You know, we've come from a really hard background in South Africa where women never had a part to play in South Africa. And I think with the modern age and, you know, the way the women have been educated and things like that, you know, they've been able to set a really good example for young women and to show them that it can be done. As long as you work hard for it and you believe it can be done. You know, you get so many successful businesswomen, like, I can't even think of any names right now, but, you know, you look at them and you think, there's their business, how did they get there? You know, you get some women that have had everything their whole life but are still working as if they had nothing, and then you get the girls that, you know, had nothing and have built that up. And I think they set really good examples because they can, you know, if they have daughters or daughters' friends and things like that, they're setting good examples because those little girls look up to her as a role model and think, I want to be just like her, I want to be as successful as her, I want to have a home like her. And I think, you know, just with things like that, that's what sets the example, and that's what helps people strive today in South Africa. You know, it's sad to say again, but money is a big thing in South Africa. You need to have that money. So, you know, when young South Africans, not just girls but guys as well, even look up to women, and I think that's a really, really great thing.
What would I do to change young girls' lives? I think that there's a lot of potential in young girls, especially when I've gone to very rural areas or in the townships. But the one problem is they don't have access to finances, and I think to be able to change, to turn your life around, to change the circumstances of an entire family, that is through education. And I think that there's limited funds for young girls to access higher education, and that is the purpose of because that's where you're going to learn the skills to be able to get to that high-flying job, or to be able to go back to that same community and make a difference. So I would love to just dish out bursaries to young girls, to give them the opportunity to study so that they don't have to go get a student loan. Some of them are not able to repay the monthly interest rates. So giving them the opportunity, because I don't believe in it's a handout. I think that's a hand up. You'd be giving them the opportunity to go and study and to make something of their lives. I mean, who wouldn't want 4 years of education paid up front, and just with the condition that they have to work hard and complete the degree? And I think that would change hundreds of young girls' lives.
I would say you have to educate this woman and not just give them the money, because education is the key to success. You can give these women money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go towards educating themselves. Like I said, many of these women have responsibilities. They come from impoverished backgrounds. Some of them go to sleep hungry at night. But by educating them, you are empowering them. You are showing them that through education, they are going to one day become better people, and they're going to one day feed that hunger. And I think that education is far more important than just giving someone money. So that's what I think. Education is the key to change in the world, it's the key to success, and every woman deserves to have an education.
If I had unlimited resources, I think I'd start basically with all the NGOs and the NPOs that young women have started. I'll look at the young entrepreneurs and make sure that their ideas are able to come to life. There are so many talented and gifted young women that can change the entire entertainment industry, the entire marketing industry. They can change so much, but they simply do not have enough resources. So if I start there, if I go to the core of the problem and start with those young, few small businesses, those small businesses can make the biggest difference. It would change our whole economy. It would change how women make their mark in parliament, how they make their mark in the entertainment industry, everywhere. Women would basically show the world that they can totally turn South Africa around.
I think if I had the resources and, you know, unlimited time, finances and things like that, I'd first of all go into rural areas and I would do surveys, you know, in each specific area, and I'd find out, you know, what is needed in those areas and what the kids are looking for to better their futures and things like that. I would go from there. You know, the main things that I would introduce obviously would be health and education and sports. I think, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like somebody just said to me now, education is a very important part of life. But, you know, if somebody does enjoy, for example, rugby, and they play it really, really well at schools and things like that, they can get the scholarships. So with their passion comes the education. And I think, you know, they're not being given enough opportunities and enough recognition to be able to do things like that. You know, people are only taking kids from, you know, really good schools and giving them those chances where, like, again, also, you know, with the guy from Chesterville with the tennis racket and the coach, you know, that's a perfect example. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, people need to, you know, they need to respect the rural areas more and actually give them more of a chance and help them out more. So I think, yeah, my resources would definitely go into building them up and, you know, giving them what they need and what they're looking for to better themselves. And I think with that, South Africa would actually have a really good youth and a successful youth.
I know they say that men are meant to be the stronger sex, but that's not exactly true, because women are strong too. But in terms of women empowerment, I think men play a very important role. Instead of putting your wife down, instead of putting your mother down, instead of putting your sister down, empower her. You should be her pillar of strength at the end of the day. And I think that's why men have such an important role to play. They are also influential when it comes to a woman's life. So yes, men have a very important role to play. They're supposed to be there as a pillar of strength, as someone that guides a woman along, helps her with her decisions. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make the decisions for her, but at least play a role in her life. Guide her, assist her, help her wherever she needs. Show her that men are actually good. That's all I can say.